Okay, mic check, mic check. Check and see if you can hear me. Mic check, mic check. I think let's make sure we are coming through. This is going to be one of those just amazing, incredible, I will say one of a kind type of broadcast. I couldn't wait for this one. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Am I getting the mic check over there? Okay. Do me a favor. Just make sure you can hear me and then give me the countdown. Fantastic. Okay. You ready? In what? 5. Okay. Hold on. 4. 1 second. Can we start over again? Okay, good. Okay, here we go. And all right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the founder of the Happy Entrepreneurs Project, where we believe that the results that show up in your life are just as important as results that show up in your bank account. So this morning or this evening, or for some of you tonight or others this afternoon, we're going to have a conversation, if that's okay. We're going to have a conversation about how you can get the results that you're looking for in your life and in your business. All right. So I'm really excited. Now, I do want to acknowledge all of you who are here, who showed up. One thing about change is going to happen, right? It's going to be change in our relationships. There's going to be change in our health. There'll be change in our finances. And one thing we all would agree on, I believe at least everyone is listening and watching right now, is that change is going to happen. But here's the question. What progress will be made as a result of the change? Let me say it again. What progress will be made as a result of the changes that will take place? Will we have movement or will we have progress? Let me give that to you again. Someone jot that right down below as we get started. We're just getting started right now. Let me make sure that I can hear you. Sheila, if you can hear me, just say we can hear you. I do see D just signed on. And hey, CC Carwell, you're back again. If you can hear me, just so I can make sure, just look right below the video. Post your name and say, Shay, we can hear you. Or Shay, we can see you. Just so I can acknowledge that I'm being seen and then I'm being heard. And then we're going to go ahead and kick it off. Hey, Destiny Robbins, thanks for joining. Let me know as you can hear me. It'd be pretty interesting to get started and be having a conversation all by myself, right? Wouldn't that just be crazy? Like if I was up here by myself, having a conversation by myself, and I didn't involve any of you who are paying attention right now. But I do want you to know that we are going to have a conversation. Hey, Markeith, thanks for joining. My man, Markeith is just amazing. Y'all got to connect with him, by the way. Hey, Stephen Bell, it's been a while, man. Good to see you again. Okay, let me get into conversational cash flow. That's what the conversation that we're going to have today. We're going to have a conversation around how to generate more revenue in your business and how there'll be a shift. There'll be a change. And I just started the conversation talking about that we know that change is going to happen. And one of the questions that one of my good colleagues, David Bowers, said all the time, he runs a nonprofit here in Washington, D.C. And shout out to you, David Bowers, if you're watching, just one heck of an incredible human being. And when I work with him, one of the questions that he would ask all the time, and this is a question I'm going to ask of you as we start talking about conversational cash flow, is whenever we were on the project and you're doing the reporting, that means everybody's coming in and saying what's working and what's not working. He would ask this question. And this is a question I'm going to pose to you. Hey, Tiffany Mayfield, glad to connect with you. Hey, Saccone Prince, it is always a pleasure, my man. But here's the question David Bowers would ask. Here's the question he would ask. He would say this. He would say, hey, look, do we have movement or do we have progress? Let me ask that question again. Do we have movement or do we have progress? And oftentimes we would step back and say, well, we've had a lot of movement. Let me see. I was able to talk to someone. Let me see. The banners are being ordered. Let me see. The cater is going to happen. Let me see. The sales team brought in some advertising ads. And he would say, there's a lot of movement, but what progress are we making towards our end goal? Why do I say that to you? Why do I bring that up? Because it's possible that you might be like I have been in my business. And many times it happens, and just recently it just happened, where there was a lot of movement that was going on. Okay, maybe you're aware of this. You're planning the next webinar. Let's say if you're a speaker, or if you're an author, you're writing the next book, or you're at least planning the next book. If not, you're dealing with technology, or maybe you're learning something new. And I get that's important, but when you look at your business, you say, wow, I look back over the last 90 days and think about where we are right now. And you look back the last 90 days and you see the movement. And for some folks, there's been a lot of movement, but there hasn't been any progress. And I know someone's out there saying, but Shay, you don't understand. You got to plant the seed and then you got to harvest the seed. I understand that. But for some folks, they've been planting for a very, very long time, and there's still been no progress. Today is a classic example. Yesterday when we were doing the broadcast, and I love doing this training, and yes, we're going to talk about conversational cash flow, but I just want to make this point with you. My computer was freezing up. So some of you were watching yesterday and we got stuck on the slides. And if you go back and see it, you'll see that. Or my computer was spinning and I was having all type of technology challenges. So I thought, but there was a lot of movement. I was still pushing forward. And then today when I stepped back and I said, the progress I want to have is I want this to be easy, fun, and effortless, right? I just want it to be easy for me. I want it to be fun, and I'm having so much fun. And I want it to be effortless as you go about implement these ideas. And so I stepped back, and I had a conversation with Trevor Ott. And I said, hey, look, this is getting a bit much, right? And then we identified the problem. With all the movement going on, it wasn't the progress. What I determined and found out is that it was time for me to upgrade my computer. I have a MacBook Mini. I have a MacBook Pro. But the MacBook Mini was overheating, and I was using this to push a lot of this out to you. And as a result, it was slowing me down. So while I was talking to you and I was having movement, I wasn't getting the progress that I wanted in the time frame that I wanted. And that was very frustrating. Even as I was talking to you, I couldn't get the slides to move. And so today I had to go out and I got a Mac Mini. And it's a little cool machine, by the way. And it's going to do some amazing things. Has more power, processes faster. I can do more, and I can share more with you. And I can share my screen, and I can share my video. It's going to be incredible. But I had to first start with a question. And here's the question. Someone write this right below the video. Hey, Henry Irvin. Hey, Edeline. Write this right below the video, please. Just put this right below the video. In your business, do you have movement? Or do you have progress? Someone jot that down right now. Just look right below the video. Look right below the video. And we're going to use the hashtag today. We're going to use the hashtag today, the happy entrepreneur. Do you have movement? Hey, Jennifer Harris. Or do you have progress? Okay. Do you have movement towards generating more sales in your business? Or do you have progress where the sales are really happening? Just look right below the video. Look right below the video. Enter your first name, enter your last name, and then go ahead and ask that question. Use the hashtag, and we're going to answer that question as we get going today. Because when you think about it, one of the fastest, easiest way to really grow your business is really to make more sales. Because when you make more sales, you have more money to hire the people you need. When you make more sales, you can leave your 9 to 5. I know it's not about the money. But it sure feels good when you have that cash flow to take the vacation you know you deserve, or you're able to pay for the health care that you really, really want, or you write a check for someone else. You bless someone else financially. I'm not saying that's the only way to bless people. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a lot of folks out there that enjoy writing a check so someone else can go do the things they want to do. And that's one of the reasons why we all got in business at the end of the day. It was really to help someone else. It was really to make a bigger difference. So conversational cash flow, in case you missed it and you're just tuning in and you missed part of it, I'll do maybe a quick recap and jot this in your notes so you at least have the formula and you know what it is. And then I got a lot of content to cover this evening. I mean, we got to cover some things. We got to cover really about clients. We got to talk about how clients are like snowflakes. None are alike. I've got to get into making sure that I talk about the cheapskate. I know we talked about that a little bit yesterday. That was so hilarious. I got to talk a little about the brand loyalists. I mean, there's some things that we've got to cover today, and I'm going to get to that. But I want to give you a recap so you understand the formula. Here it is. Jot this in your notes. First, conversational cash flow. What is it, Shay? Hey, CC Carwell. Hey, Edeline. Thanks a lot. Hey, Sher Graham. Thanks for joining. Thank all of you who are joining, who are participating. I see you out there. This is your time. We're going to do it together. Here it is. Signature selling style. We're talking about conversational cash flow. Signature selling style, which is really, here's the one sentence definition, is how you sell based on your DNA, based on your experience, based on your expertise. There are 7 unique signature selling styles. Now, for those that texted in, don't worry about it. I'm going to be releasing the assessment that you can take. Some of you are the intuitive selling style, right? You base your selling based on intuition. Do we have that? Can I show that to them? Oh, not right. Okay, that's cool. Some of you, you're basing it on the drill sergeant selling style because you will people to action. Some of you focus more on the rock star selling style. It's really about your charisma. If you're taking notes, write that down. But for others, no, I'm the scientist, Shay. I'm the scientist. I base my selling on facts and data. That's not how all of you do it, but that's how a number of you do it. Or maybe as you're listening, you're like, no, Shay, I'm the heart-centered selling style. I need emotional connection. I need to feel it. I speak from the heart and I be myself. Now, none of these are good. None of these are bad. It just is what it is. It's not a good thing or bad thing. It's just what it is. As I'm saying this, just look right below the video just for fun. Look right below the video just for fun. And if I've identified your signature selling style, I only got 2 more. Share in the comments. My signature selling style is the intuitive. I see you share. Mine is the heart-centered selling approach, by the way. The other 2 that I didn't get you, and I want you to share. Here are the other 2. The other one that could be for some of you are the professor. The professor uses education. The professor is going to teach you step by step how you need to sell. And some of you are the professor. Think of Trevor Otts, right? Trevor Otts loves to teach you step by step exactly what you need, although he would say he's not the professor selling style. Trust me. He's going to educate you. He's going to teach you. He's going to share with you exactly what you need. And then that works. And then others are the last one. Let me give you the last one. I see you. Linda said, hello. Hey, Gina Brown. I see you out there. Sheila Reynolds said she's the heart-centered selling style. I got you. Cece Carwell said you're the heart-centered selling style. Hey, Patricia, thanks for joining. Or maybe for some of you, you are the visionary. Now the visionary, you got to think, they're going to have big ideas. They're going to use the dream approach. They're going to take you into the future so you can see it. I'm just identifying signature selling style as one of the formulas. Tonight I'm talking about buyer's profile, or this morning, or whenever you and I are connecting. But I want to make sure you understand that you have your own unique signature selling style. And as you're listening, you think, Shay, I need to know my signature selling style. I can't wait. But you didn't define, Shay, what the visionary is. Duh. The visionary, you think of the 44th president of these United States of America, a two-term president, none than that, other than President Barack Obama. And he was a visionary. He said, yes, we can, right? And so he took you into the future and you started seeing it. And that's a signature selling style all by itself. Hey, Melissa Watson Gray. And so that are just a signature selling style. Now, if you want to know your signature selling style, you're like, Shay, I can't wait. I need to know my signature selling style like right now. I can't wait. Here's what you can do. You're going to send a text. Let me give you the number. You're going to send a text, and you're going to just write the word signature selling style assessment. Signature selling style assessment. That's all you got to do. No cost. You don't need a Cash App. Don't Cash App me any money. I don't need Zelly. You don't have to wire any cash. Don't need a credit card. It's my gift to you. You're going to text this number. Write it down. Open up your browser. Here it is. Text 202-270-1662. Again, 202-270-1662. And then text signature selling style. And then put your first name so we know who you are. Put your last name so we know who you are, by the way. Put your best contact number so I can send you the link so you can take the assessment. And also, please put your email. And for those that listen to the podcast and those that listen to the conference call and those that are watching, you can also go over to happyentrepreneurs.tribe.com. I'll post a link there. Go over to happyentrepreneurs.tribe.com, and I'll make sure that you get that. Hey, Henry, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Linda, no problem. Just text me. We're going to release it. We haven't released it yet, but we do have everyone that's on the list. They will get the assessment. Text 202-270-1662. Text signature selling style assessment. Signature, you got it. Selling style, you got it. Assessment. Yep. Put your first name. Include your last name. Put your best contact number because we got to know where to send it. And then also, please, please, please Not the Megan, but put your email just in case we got to email you. You know what I'm saying. Okay. With that being said, we'll make sure you get that. Henry Irvin, I see that you are the intuitive selling style. Saucony Prince said he's the rock star and visionary selling style. I can't wait till you guys take the assessment to see what you are. I really can't. Let's first get into if I can, let me jump right into the 6 types of clients that we got to sell to. And I'll mention some of their profiles, and then we're going to go really deep today. And today is more of a learning session. This is more of a teaching moment. First, I want you to know this. Clients are like snowflakes. None are really alike. And so now that I'm getting ready to get into the buyer's profile, you understand cash flow conversation. That is your signature selling style. That's how you sell. And then there's buyer's profile. That's how they buy. So first you have to know yourself. Then you have to know your buyer's profile, which is how they what? How they buy. We're going to talk about that now. Plus Neuro Linguistic Sales. That's another episode. But Neuro Linguistic Sales, and Neuro Linguistic Sales is really what you say. So you have the right words in the right moment for the right buyer so they can take the right action. Come on, don't you like that? So again, look, if you're smelling what I'm cooking in the kitchen right now, you're like, Shay, I'm smelling what you're cooking. I'm following you. I'm getting you. Just look right below the video. Look right below the video just for fun. And you know that you're ready to not only have movement, but to have progress in your business. And you know that this is your year. You know this is your month. And you know this is your time. Just for fun, this is a positive affirmation. Just look right below the video. Look right below the video. And then I got to get into the teaching. I'm going to do that right now. But look right below the video and write these words. This is my time. Just put that in notes. This is my time. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. This is my time. Put those notes right below. This is my time. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. You see, I'm not the only happy entrepreneur. That's not true. You are the happy entrepreneur. And when someone puts that below and they put this is my time, even if you didn't make any comments, even if you're just watching, even if you're eavesdropping, just hit the like button. Support them. Say, look, I believe in you. I believe this is your time. I believe this is your month. I believe this is your year. And together, she ran for president. She didn't win, but she ran for president. But she got the slogan right. We are stronger together. I'll say it again. We are stronger together. So as the Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, we're going to work together. We're going to be stronger. And we're going to serve more people. We're going to make a greater difference. And we're going to change this world. So you're no longer the solopreneur. That's not you. You're not the hustlepreneur. That's not you. You're not the grindingpreneur. That's not you. You are the happy entrepreneur. I hereby anoint every single one of you who are hearing the sound of my voice right now. I declare you, not me. You are the happy entrepreneur. And you're going to get results in your life, and you're going to get results in your business, and you're going to make a big difference in this world. You're going to make $1, and you're going to make a difference. You're going to make $1, and you're going to make a difference. Andrea, I see you, says, this is my time. Destiny says, this is my time. Sheila Reynolds says, this is my time. Linda said, I'm smelling what you're cooking in the kitchen. This is so great. All right, let me go ahead and get to the good stuff. Let me go and give you some buyer profiles, and then let me go ahead and break it down. You're right, Gina Brown. We are stronger together. Let's talk about the cheapskates buyer. And jot this in your notes. Someone put this right below. They shop for bargains. Now, oftentimes, and I'm going to get into more details a little later, let me give you the highlights. Oftentimes, when we see these type of buyers and we identify someone as a cheapskate, we're thinking that they're not going to buy, or we're thinking they're looking for the lowest price. That is not the case. What they're looking for is they're looking to have more value, for every dollar they spend. And then we identify them as a cheapskate because they're always hunting for a bargain. So they're not going to just purchase from you because you said this is how we can solve this problem. They're going to take a look at some other areas as well, which I'm going to talk about. I'm going to break their personality down in a minute, but I want you to be aware, at least know, if I'm talking, like earlier today, I was talking to someone, and I identified them based on their personality as a cheapskate buyer. And so I changed a little bit my language pattern. I didn't change who I am, but I knew when I was talking, if I needed to connect, there were some things that I need to do differently, which I'm going to share in just a moment, in order at least to connect. Now, I didn't expect them to buy the very first conversation. But the questions they were asking were, well, everyone jot this down in your notes. When it comes to questions, jot this down in your notes. This is another golden nugget. Look right below the video, and put this one idea down. Here it is. Don't show them the slide yet. Here it is. It's called a reasonable request at a reasonable time. A reasonable request at a reasonable time. Just put that down. And so when you're getting these questions, sometimes they're very reasonable. And it's a reasonable request at a reasonable time. I'm talking to this person. They have some interest, but they wanted me to try to compare my tier products. And I decided not to do that. I said, I could do that for you. Or I could make a recommendation on what absolutely unequivocally will work for you. And if that's not a good fit, we then can look at some other alternatives. But let me ask a question. Do you want movement or do you want progress? Like, huh? What? If you just tune in, you won't get this. But those that have been here early, those that showed up, you got the story early on. And I said, movement can happen in a lot of these other programs. And they're fine. They work for other folks. They're looking for movement and looking to do it all themselves. But if you want progress and you want it now and you want it faster and you want it with less effort, I'm going to make that recommendation to you. Then you decide what works best for you. Now, I'll come back. I'll share whether they buy that. I don't know. That's called a reasonable request at a reasonable time. And that's going to happen, especially when you're dealing with the cheapskate client. I'll get into more details later. And then there's the quality hunter. And the quality hunters, they don't really care about costs. They really don't. They're more into getting high value. Now, what does high value mean? High value means that there is an exchange of benefits. Shay, you're talking about selling. What is selling? Someone jot this definition down. What is selling? Selling is just an exchange of value for value. And selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. So we're talking and we're having this conversation. One of the things that I share when you're dealing with them is that the quality, they just want to know, not does your product work, not does the brand hold up, but they want to know how the quality compares across the industry. And they want to know what you're doing to actually make it better. See, I could talk about this MacBook Mini that I have, and that's cool. But the quality buyer wants to know how this MacBook Mini is going to help them in the future, and what changes can be made, what augmentation can be made, how can it adapt to the changing environment. That's the question. And so we'll come back. I'm going to go into details and tell you how you can spot them in a minute. But let me get through a couple of these so you know who they are. And I do want to give a shout out to Ada. Hey, Ada, selling equals service. Thanks a lot. Sheila Reynolds said quality hunters. Thanks a lot. Hey, Mary Lou Mitchell. Glad you are here right now. Always a pleasure. Hey, Lenana Ware. Thanks for joining. Okay, the next one. Anyone you join, you want to put your name below, go ahead and do that. It's always cool. The brand loyalists. Now, the brand loyalists, they like whatever they like, right? And so sometimes when you're dealing with someone, they may have had problems with their existing client. Their contract may not have gone perfectly. There might be some things that have taken place, and you're wondering why they're still there. Or maybe they like it, but the person's not up to speed with technology, or maybe they're doing things the old way, or maybe you know that your product or service can help them faster, and you're like, why wouldn't they do this? It makes sense to you. It's because there has to be an emotional connection. We'll talk about that in a minute. But more importantly, you've got to bring the benefits to life. Jot this in your notes. Look right below the video. And this is very important with brand loyalists. They will do something called reduce the risk. Jot that down in your notes. Reduce the risk. I'll say it like this, and then I got to get to the next one. But when I used to call out, and one of the things I did is I would be a guest speaker at sales meetings or organizations or conference calls or webinars. And I still do that. If you want me to join your webinar, your conference call, or do a Facebook Live or whatever, I'm all for doing it. I'm in, right? But when I would call managers and they didn't know who I was, I knew they wouldn't probably give me 30 minutes, not right away. And so I would often do something called reduce the risk. I would ask for 5 minutes of their time to share the number one idea that I'm going to share with their team that adds value, and then why we should stay in that conversation. So now I got the person on the phone. I'm not asking for 30 minutes at a time or an hour. I'm asking for 5 minutes. And that's really how I was able to be a speaker in a number of places, by the way. It's called reduce the risk. I ask for less time. And sometimes when you're talking to a brand loyalist, and maybe they're under contract, but they're willing to peel off a piece of the business to start the relationship with you. See, relationships are more important. We're going to get to that when we show them the other stuff. But relationships are so much more important. And then there's the jaded shoppers. The jaded shoppers, they've seen it all. They really aren't impressed. They've already done their research. They've already done their study. They're up to speed. In fact, they can tell you what they should be doing, or their company should be doing, or their organization should be doing. But yet they're always open to investing. They're always open to getting better. They will try new things, but we have to understand that, you know what? It's not that they don't believe you. It's like, look, I've seen this before. I've been doing this for a number of years. Typically, these are folks who've been in the industry and whatever they're doing for at least 10 plus years. They're very experienced. They will make that buying decision. They will do new things. We'll talk about how you got to approach them, what you got to say to them. And I want you to think, as you've been having your conversations today, what type of buyers have you been speaking to? How can you reduce the risk? Reduce the risk. Reduce the risk. And then there's the wishy-washy client. This buyer profile is really interesting, by the way, because they know they want to do something. They know they need to make a change. Like I knew today that I need to make a change and go with the Mac Mini, right? Because the Mac Mini is what I need right now to bring the production values that I want to bring to you in a smooth, easy way. And I'm not using the Mac Mini right now. I know. It's still in the box, okay? It's still in the box, but I picked it up today. I have it. I'm going to open it up tomorrow, and then we'll test it live, right? But right now I'm doing some workaround solutions that allow me to communicate with you. And hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully I'm coming through clear. And so the wishy-washy person will be a little different. I'm not that type of buyer, by the way. I can be under certain circumstances. We all can. We all have different personalities. But it's that they believe in this principle. And this is what guys have. And I'm going to get into the details in just a moment. I'm going to get into how you sell to them in just a moment. But I want you to put this down in your notes because this is so important about the wishy-washy buyer. Here it is. And it's a principle of psychology. This comes as psychology principles based on human behavior, which that's how we behave. And let me just give it to you here. Just jot this in your notes and look right below the video. And for those that are taking notes, thank you so much. Put it right below the notes, and here it is. People are silently begging to be led. Let me say that again. People are silently begging to be led. They want someone to lead them, to walk them down. They can make decisions, and that's stupid, and that's sheep. But they want to be led in the buy-in process and not be the one leading where they should be going. So they're kind of thinking, I couldn't. The most important thing you can do with the wishy-washy buyer, let me give you another idea, and this is another idea. This is about conversational cash flow. Conversational cash flow. And some of you look right below the video and you put people are silently begging to be led. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. That's you. You are the happy entrepreneur. People are silently begging to be led. You are the happy entrepreneur. So there's two things you really got to do. Let's go back to that because you're going to come across them and you're also going to come across the next one. And the principle applies to both of them, which is the shy guys who tend to really have done their research. They really appreciate all of the details, but yet you still got to help work with them and move them forward. So Shay, what's the best approach? What's the best strategy? What would you recommend? Let me give you these two ideas. And really, if you think about it, in your life and in your business, how many ideas do you need to change your life anyway? How many ideas? How many? How many did you say again? Yeah, that's right. One. I did say one. Someone look right below the video and write these words down. One idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. Just one good idea. So here's the one good idea for the wishy-washy buyer and also for who was the other one? The shy guys. And don't worry about it. I'm going to get into how to sell to these different personality types in just a second. I'm not going to leave you out there, but I want you to know this. There's really two things. Number one, you've got to have what's called sense of urgency benefits. Jot that down in your notes. Sense of urgency benefits. Put that in your notes. Sense of urgency benefits. And sense of urgency benefits means why should they do it now? Why should they take a step now? Maybe it's because of the price. Maybe it's because of the scarcity. Maybe you only have so many. Maybe it's because, you're asking them to do it. I don't know. I don't have time to get into that. I'll share some ideas in just a moment. But I want to have that concept. I want to lay that on your brain. I'm trying to bring you up to speed in case you haven't been following conversational cash flow. And for those that are joining and for those that are thinking, Shay, I'm hearing, this is resonating. Let me give you two ideas. One, I just said sense of urgency benefit. The second one that you have to do when you work with them is called, hear me. It's called the consequences of not taking action benefit. So if they don't do it now, 2 words. So what? So what? That's the 2 words. So let me say it like this. Imagine I have a leaky faucet and I call a plumber up. Come on over, plumber. And I need to have this leaky faucet fixed. The plumber looks at the leaky faucet, does their analysis, comes back and says, Mr. Brown, I got good news for you. What's the good news? I can fix the leaky faucet. Fantastic. How much? Well, it's going to be $75. $75? I ain't what? Paying those $75. So the plumber says, well, I can't fix it. I've got to leave. The plumber leaves. But for every day the plumber's gone, I look over and I hear a drip, 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 drip. I still have a what? Yeah, a leaky faucet. And maybe for some of you, sense of urgency benefits is something that you haven't been doing. Hey, Lisa Farrell, you haven't been including that when you're dealing with the shy guy, when you're dealing with the wishy-washy buyer, when you're dealing with the brand loyalist. And this is important. Just that idea for you alone is going to help you. And what I want you to do is I want you to get the distinction that when we're dealing with different personalities and different types, that one size, it really doesn't fit at all. And we're going to need multiple sides as we go along the way. So let me break down the personality types if I can. Let's break down the personality. And let's just start with the conductor, because the conductor, follow me, the conductor's personality is very important. And they're weaving into these buyer profiles because first, the conductor, they're going to be goal-oriented. But here's what I want you to put in your notes, because you're going to deal with these every day. They're very, very competitive. Why is that, Shay? Can you break that down? Can you tell me why they're competitive? Well, here it is. And someone put this down in your notes. Because results are more important than personal relationships. Now, remember, we're dealing with one type of personality. We're dealing with one type of personality. But what we do know that's so important is that what? Results are more important than relationships. So when you're dealing with them, you have to do a couple things. First thing I do is you got to know, you got to get to the bottom line. Because they care deeply about the bottom line, which is the results you say you're going to deliver. So, Shay, how do I spot them? How do I know who they are? How do I know where they are? Because they're going to speak in declarative statements. They're not asking a lot of questions, by the way. But they're going to be leaning forward. They're going to have a lot of gestures going on. See, why is it important for you to spot them? Because you know your signature selling style. You know your power words. You know your typical signature closing style, the way you close. And so sometimes for them to connect and hear you, you at least can adjust not who you are, but how you are communicating. Conversational cash flow, signature selling style, plus buyer's profile, plus Neuro linguistic sales. That's what you say. And so with that understanding, you think, okay, I got it. I'm following you. I got to make sure I get to the bottom line. Yes, you do. But more importantly, you want to know, how do I sell to them? Now I'm going to talk about this. How do I sell to them? Number one, don't waste their time. Repeating facts are building up to your point. Cut to the chase. Get to the bottom line. Someone jot this right below in the notes, and I appreciate all the notes you're taking. You're all great note takers, by the way, but maybe take a picture of the slide or whatever. Post it right below. Emphasize how your product will solve their problem. You know, I've said it probably 100,000 times, and I'll probably say it a couple million times before I depart this earth and I get my heavenly angel or wings, as I've said this. And I want you to put this in your notes. And if you didn't write anything else down, just look right below the video and put this in your notes. And here it is. People will pay you today. This is my mantra. This is my belief. You got to have belief. You got to have principles. We believe in principles and processes and strategies. So you got to hear me. But people will pay you today if you help them solve a problem. When? Today. So you're in the problem solving business. Some of you hear me. Some of you feel me. Some of you know exactly what I'm saying. And you're thinking, yeah, Shay, I'm in the problem-solving business. Gianna Brown, I see you. But here's what I want you to know about them. They're competitive. They have a competitive spirit. When you're talking to them, you got to clearly differentiate how them working with you, one, makes them look good with their colleagues. They're very, very, very important to them. Very important to them. But more important, how does this make them an industry leader or one of the leaders in their industry? See, this is very important. This is important. And so you're thinking, okay, Shay, I got that. Give me the next style, because I want to know the next personality about the rock star. And that's what we're going to get to in just a moment. We're going to talk about the rock star personality. And now that you understand the formula, now you understand the flow, I'll be able to go through it. But as I'm going through it right now, you might be thinking, Shay, I'm hearing it and I'm getting it. And I want to know, but there's three other personalities. I'm going to go into detail like this, and I want you to know what they are, because it's important you understand buyer's profile. It's the second part of conversational cash flow. But I want you to know is that they really value relationships, and they trust people that they're doing business with. But they also like excitement. They like new challenges. But they also like you to be creative in your approach, creative in your formula, creative on how you deal with them. But as I mentioned earlier, people are silently begging to be led. And you're fine. You're fine when you're dealing with the rock star. They're looking for you to guide them through at least the buy-in process, what they can expect, what's going to take place, what the timeline is. They want all of the details. And as you're listening right now, you're like, Shay, I'm getting through the rock star. I know you're going to give me some more stuff, but I really just sit down with you. I need to just have a conversation. I need to know, how can I customize this for my industry? Shay, how can I just have a conversation with someone so I can understand, hey, Linnea, how, Shay, how? I want this, and I don't want to write a check. I don't want to use my credit card. I don't want to use Cash App or Zelle. I just want to have a conversation with you. Here's my promise. I'll make it available for 10 of you to text in, the first 10. And you get if you're listening online right now, just get your cell phone out and hit the message platform and write this word down. Just write this number. Don't write this number. Put this number right now in the text box, 202-999-3515. Again, the number you're going to text is 202-999-3515, and text the word revenue so you can have a revenue meeting. Text the word revenue so you can have a what? Revenue meeting. Text the word, what is it again? Revenue, so you can have a revenue meeting. And it'll be with me, if not me, one of my clients. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video. Just write that down for me. Text the word revenue to 202-999-3515 to schedule your one-on-one revenue meeting. So you're not showing to be motivated. You're not showing to be pumped up. You're showing up because you want to generate more revenue in your business. If that's you, then you're at the right place at the right time. And this conversation we're having, this conversation is all about you. So Shay, how do I spot these folks? How do I know who they are? First, they're great listeners. So they're listening in as you are speaking. They're friendly, they're calm, they're patient during the meetings. But more importantly, they're going to seem informal. They're going to seem like they're laid back. What do you have to do with them? You've got to share with them the vision. You got to share with them the vision. And you have to be the visionary. Some of you know about the signature selling style, the visionary. But you got to share with them the vision of where you see them. You see, selling is just a process. This is my definition. Jot this in your notes. Selling is just a process by which we exchange value for value. So if you're not selling and you bought into the notion that selling equals service, then you're obviously not serving, right? And if you're looking at your bank account right now and excuse me, this is what happens when you're real time. Your bank account, one moment, please. That's good. Boy. I'm back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm like, oh my gosh. But if you look at your bank account and your bank account doesn't really reflect how good you are, and if selling equals service and your bank account is not reflecting how good you are. And I've been there. I've been to the bankruptcy. I've had my car repossessed. I've had my lights turned off. Heck, I had the water. Water gets turned off, you're at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. And so I know that selling is the power that you might need right now in your business, because the number one reason most companies go out of business is just due to the lack of what? Sales. So you're going to sell. And you need the rocket fuel. I shared this story, and I'll share it with you, some of you again. And thanks for joining. For those folks that are joining, like Shay, I'm ready to take my business to the next level. Shay, I'm ready. I got the pedal to the metal. Just look right below the video. This is just an affirmation for you. It's not for me. It's for you. Look right below the video and just write these words down. If you're online, you can do it. Some of you over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Again, happyentrepreneurstribe.com. And go ahead and jot this down. Just put, I'm ready. Just put, I'm ready. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. You are the happy entrepreneur. You are not the solopreneur. You're not the strugglingpreneur. You're not the hang your headpreneur. You're not the grindingpreneur. You are the happy entrepreneur. So put down, I'm ready. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. I'm ready. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. Because this is the power that you need. I have a son. One of my sons is 27 years old, and from time to time, he still borrows my car. That means he takes my car and he goes. Now, I drive a Toyota Prius. I love my Prius. Good on gas, by the way. Good on gas. Love it. 515 miles to a gallon. To a tank. Great. Trevor laughs at my car, but don't worry about that. That's not the point I'm making here. I live in Washington, D.C., so it's really fuel efficient. It really is. But my son takes the car and he drives it. And anyone has kids, this is the point I'm trying to make. Follow me. Anyone has kids and they take the car and they go and they go and they go, and then they bring the car back. When you get into the car and you turn the ignition, your eyes look one place. Because you know you got to stop somewhere. You know you got to do something. And what do you have to do? That's right. You got to fill up the gas tank, because they bring the car back with no gas. And when you serve without selling, it's like bringing back the car with what? No gas. Yes, you did use the car. Yes, you were in business. Yes, you did have the movement, but not the progress. But you didn't fill up the gas tank. You are serving. And that's what you want to do. So cars run on gas. Business runs on revenue. Someone jot that down. Someone look right below the video, and put that down in your notes. Cars run on gas. Businesses run on revenue. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. So I showed up today to give you the power, because selling is power, but to give you the gas, the rocket fuel you need right now in your business. Debo, and I see it. She says, I'm ready. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. Cheryl Graham said, I'm ready. See, we're ready. This is when it all comes together. This is when the magic all happens. So now you know the visionary. Let's talk about how you're going to sell to these rock stars. And I'll put the pedal to the metal now. But you have to take time to establish rapport. I mentioned at the very beginning of this that one of the things they like is they like relationships. They like to know that you're in it. You're going to be in it together. You'll be in it when it's not working. You'll be in it when it's working. We have a number of clients we work with, and sometimes we didn't get it right, but our hearts were there. And so we went back and we got it right. See, those are the type of clients that want to know you're going to be there when things don't go right. How to sell to rock stars. You gotta take on the role of an expert and walk them through the decision-making process, because at the end of the day, they want to know that someone's there. They're not alone. That they're not on an island by themselves. And think about it. Think about yourself. Think about the situations you've been in when you've had to make that decision. What type of personality, what type of buyer am I? Don't worry about yourself. But you got to understand buyer's profile so you can adjust the language patterns that you're using. If not, you're saying the same thing to everybody, hoping somebody buys. And what? La-da-da, there ain't nobody buying. What? Oh, no, not you. Not anymore. You showed up. You're a champion. You're a winner. I'm going to talk about the arcade. Don't worry about that. I'm going to talk about it. But only winners are here to now. Only those folks that believe that the best is yet to come are here now. Only the difference makers are here right now. Only the world changers are listening to the sound of my voice. Only those that believe that they were called and they got the purpose and the passion. That's you. That's why you are the happy entrepreneur. You will get results in your life. You will get results in your business. Yeah, and you'll get results with other folks as well. If that's you, And you're like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, Shay, this is my time. Yeah, I'm all in. Shay, I'm feeling you. Just look right below the video. 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 And just write these words. Selling equals service. Just put those down. Let's have a little fun. Selling equals service. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. Selling equals service. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. Just write those words down. I want that to be embedded in your head. I want you to be telling yourself that every single morning, whenever you wake up. Selling equals service. Yeah. See, my business partner, Trevor Otts, he's a marketing genius. He's a branding genius. And he may or may not agree with this. Not that we agree on everything, but here's what I know. Is that marketing is sexy, and it really is. But selling is service. And that's how we're going to build this business. That's what we're all going to do. We're all going to be this in together. We're all going to go sell. We're all going to make a bigger difference in the world. Let's talk about the architect. Let's talk about the type of person they are. Let's talk about what they do. I see you, Lil White. Glad you're on. Glad you're joining. Glad you're here. And one of the things that we know about this personality type, selling does equal service. Thank you for writing that down. Thank you so much for making those notes. Lil White, thank you so much for putting those notes. Selling equals service. You know, architect, they're concerned with others' well-being. They'll put other folks in front of them. Isn't that the craziest thing you heard as a buyer? But they'll do it. But they like folks who are creative, that are outgoing, that they're spontaneous, who really rely on their own intuition. They're going to be in sync many times with the intuitive. Doesn't mean that they don't buy from other people, because they really, really do. But they're really, really going to be in sync with them. They're going to be like, whoa, like lock, stock, and barrel. They're going to be right there with them, and they're going to get it. They're going to understand. So what do they value, Shay? Well, they value mutual respect. They value loyalty. They value the friendship. They know how important it is. They know what that means. And so you've got to be enthusiastic. They're going to want to bond with you and feel connected. Hear me. This is the part I'm going to slow down on. They want to feel a connection on a personal level. And they're going to ask a lot of questions. They're going to ask questions about you, about the family. They're going to speak more in sentences, like I said. They'll speak more in sentences. So they're more likely to say, look, I really like that you and your kids get along. It's important as you're speaking to me that I understand why you really believe in this product. I got to know that, okay? I just got to know that. They're not asking the question. They're making these type of statements throughout the conversation. And earlier today, I was on the Black CEO morning show, and the question that came up and said, you know, how do we listen? How do we make sure we're in tune? And one of the things I couldn't tell them, because they got to have the distinction of the cash flow, conversational cash flow. They got to have the distinction of buyer profiles, is that you're actively listening for what you should be listening to. And that's so important. You're actively listening. Because if you don't know what to listen to, you're just listening because it's an exercise. That's not what you want to do. But you do want to emphasize that there's going to be an ongoing relationship. If you work with us, we'll say sometimes, and for many folks, it's a baby step. It's the first step. We're going to be there more working together. So how do you explain? You have to explain to them how buying decisions affect their business. Yeah, you read those last two words, on a human level. See, that's what's going to be important to them. They've got to know that. They've got to understand that. And so now you at least understand. So wait a minute, I got the conductor, and they're within. They could be a cheapskate conductor. They could be a cheapskate brand loyalist. Got it, Shay. Got it. But wait a minute. Now I got to understand the rock star, and I got to understand the architect. Whoa, this is a lot of stuff. It is, but don't worry. We're going to introduce you to the wizard. So look. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And again, it is not your fault. So don't beat yourself up. Really, seriously, don't beat yourself up. I haven't read anywhere, and I probably have read, I don't know, hundreds of books, thousands of books. I watched, 100,000 hours of videos and audios probably in my time. Been a lot of seminars. But here's something that I've never heard. Yeah, you listen up now. that when you beat yourself up, you do a better job. I've never heard in all the personal and professional development that when you beat yourself up, you'll do a better job. Yet we always are beating ourselves up. Not anymore. Now we know that we know that we know. And that's going to feel so good. I can't wait. Getting to the wizard. The wizard, they like facts and data. So they're going to want to know the who, what, when, where, and how. But here's what you got to know. They don't make decisions quickly. It normally takes 2, 3, or 4 meetings. Once you identify you're dealing with a wizard, you might find in that case it takes 6, 7, 8 meetings. It doesn't mean it goes longer. It's going to have more sessions because they care about thoroughly vetting and they want to understand the pros and cons of their options, of how they're spending their money. It makes sense. Very reasonable. Reasonable request at a reasonable time. So, Shay, how do I spot them? How do I know who they are? How can I put my hands on them? How can I pick out a wizard? Because they're going to ask you for the details. They're not really focused on the emotion. They don't have to get along with you. And yes, it is true. They don't have to get along. I know people always say people do business with people that they like and trust. And sure, you got to have a pleasing personality. Sure, they have to at least be in tune with you. But at the end of the day, they buy the results you say you're going to deliver. Someone jot this right below the video. Put this right below the video. Just put these words here. This is so important. But it's only really 3 words. People buy benefits. Put that in your notes. People buy benefits. Put that in your notes. Hashtag the happy entrepreneur. People buy benefits. They buy the benefits you say you're going to deliver. So when you're talking to that wizard, when you and that wizard are having that conversation, or you're corresponding through email or corresponding through video or through your webinars, you've got to understand that. You've got to make sure that's top of mind to you. You have to change your language patterns. Don't change who you are. We're not trying to convince them. No, we're not trying to persuade them. No, I don't teach those skills. What we're trying to do is effectively have a conversation because we understand this one principle. Jot this one principle down. All roads in business. Put this over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Hope you're over there. Hope you're meeting us over at the tribe. But here it is. People buy benefits. And we know that a confused mind, at the end of the day, it rarely, if ever, really buy. So as we walk you through this, which we're going to do, I want to keep you aware because you might be thinking, okay, how do I sell to these wizards? You got to be prepared for a longer sales process. That's the short answer. But you also have to assume that they are prepared. And they've done their research. They already know everything there is to know on Google. They already have been to some of the seminars, some of the webinars, some of the same places you've been because they're in the industry. But you still got to provide as much detail and data. You've got to be able to go a mile deep in the conversation with them. Because then they know that you have connected to them. They know that you're there. But what I want you to walk away with, coming down the home stretch, I want you to walk away with understanding that these prospects, the folks you speak to, in many cases, there's going to be a common mix of who they are and what they represent. So we've got to tailor your conversation to fit any situation. And we know this principle to be true, that all roads in business lead to a professional sales conversation. Let me say that again. It's a hashtag moment. Put it over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Join the tribe. But here it is. All roads in business lead to a professional sales conversation. All of your marketing, all of your social media, all of your videos, all of your technology, all of your branding. You're doing everything you can right now to have a professional sales conversation, whether it's eye to eye, whether it's through the power of these fiber optic lines, like right now, broadcasting in, or whether it's through a phone call. They lead to professional presentation. So wouldn't it make sense for us to be prepared? Wouldn't it make sense for us to know what we know and where we're going? Look, if that's you and you're like, yeah, Shay, I got to get this at a deeper level. I got to get it. I know I got to understand it. I just want to have a conversation. Then text the word revenue so you and I can have a conversation and we can customize it for you and your industry. Text the word revenue to 202-999-3515. Again, 202-999-3515. Again, 999-3515. Once you text the word revenue, so you can have a revenue meeting, you'll get all of the instructions. An email will be sent to you immediately. Some of you can post that right below the video. Others, I'll see you over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Again, happyentrepreneurstribe.com. But set up your one-on-one meeting. Have the conversation. The number one distinction I teach is you stay in a conversation. You stay in a conversation around sales and success. These ideas are top of mind to you. You'll have greater self-esteem. You have greater confidence. You go after more clients. Yes, this is your moment. This is your time. We're going to do it together. So let's do a quick recap. How do you interact with the conductors early on? Give them the facts first. Give them very precise answers. And know that they want to make quick decisions. Got it, Shay. What about the rock star, Shay? Tell me about that again. Tell me about the rock star again, because I missed that. How to interact with the rock star? Don't rush into the conversation or presentation. And don't pressure them. Allow them plenty of time for conversations. You know, I was having a session with a client recently, and one of the things that I discovered is that when they were meeting people, they were saying the right things, but they weren't giving time for the other person to give feedback, because that type of buyer, they want to talk it out. They want to hear it. So they're scheduling these 30-minute meetings, and that's fine. But then when they just got going at the 25-minute mark, they said they had to go and let's reschedule again. And it wasn't that they weren't getting their points across. They weren't getting the emotional connection. The person wasn't able to express themselves and hear the other person, the other person repeat what they had heard, or at least what they thought they heard, so they can have clarity. See, they love that. I mean, I'm going to tell you, if you just get that right there, you get that, just that one piece alone with the rock star, it's not even fair. It really isn't fair. It really isn't. Okay, what about the architect? You got to present the big picture. Now, for those that are visionary, no big deal. It's what you do. But for some of us, like the heart-centered selling style, we speak from the heart. We got to focus on that. But use emotional benefits. There's tangible, and then there's intangible benefits. There's tangible, there's intangible benefits. Tangible benefits are what they can touch, what they can see, what they can put their hands on. So, like you being in this conversation, it just means that you're going to have more confidence and you can make more sales with less effort. And then we have the wizard. And the wizard, they're going to get right to the point. They're going to ask questions. They're going to force the intention, change their inflection, but you got to let them feel like they're in control. They got to know it. They got to feel it. They got to know that that's possible. So what we're doing, for those folks that are just tuning in, you can join us over at happyentrepreneurstribe.com. For those folks that want to hear the replay, go over to happyentrepreneurstribe.com. Here's what I want you to know. And I'm so glad you're taking notes. I'm so glad you're here. The conversational cash flow is your signature selling style plus your buyer's profile plus neuro-linguistic sales. That's what you say, when you say it, and how you say it, equals conversational cash flow. And now you have the formula, and you can focus on any one of those three areas. And every day you get a little bit better. And then you get a little bit more better. Maybe you have a setback. How many of you had a setback? I've had some setbacks. I love what Willie Jolly said. A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. Great book. And so we're going to have those because life is full of dualities. There's high highs and low lows. There's summer, winter, spring, and fall. There's no money. Then there's some money. There's always something going on. But you understand that conversational cash flow is signature selling style plus buyer's profile plus neuro-linguistic sales. Someone make this last note right below, and we're going to bring it down to home stretch. We're going to close out. But make this note right below. It came from my mentor, and I share it with you. And I love sharing it because when I think about it, here's the point. I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I bought this program. It was $15,000. Now, this is like 12 years ago. So $15,000 12 years ago was like $1 million. I mean, $15,000 today is a lot of money, right? It really is a lot of money. But this is 15 years ago. And I said I was going to invest in myself. How many of you ever invested in yourself and had to borrow the money? Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Had to borrow the money? That's me. And so I'm there. And my mentor was giving some critique. And he asked a question, an older gentleman, nice guy. He always said the same thing most of the time. Say, would you like $1 million idea? I'm thinking to myself, why ask me a question like that in front of everyone? Is it because I'm the only black guy there, which was the case? Or is it something I said? Because I just shared my story. Like, what more is there to talk about? But what did I say? Those ideas were going through my head. But what I said was, sure, I would love to have a story. Thank you so much. I would love that. I accept that. And he said these words to me. And I want you to jot these words down. This is your last note for today, but I want you to put these 3 words down because it changed my life and it can change your life. I mean, we will change your life if you let us. And here it is. He said, your words can make you rich. Let me say it again. Your words can make you rich. Your words, Shay, your words, they can make you rich. And so we get better at what you say, when you say it, and how you say it, and you use neuro-linguistic sales inside of your sales conversation, then there's a connection. They see the value. They see the service. And we know that selling is nothing more than exchange of value for value. Shay, why do you say that? Because without sales, you will always have more going out than you have coming in. Let me say that again. I love this. This is so good. Without sales, you will always have more money going out than coming in. Hashtag selling is a serious business. Put that in your notes. Hashtag selling is a serious business. And so that's my message. I leave you with this. Now that you have an introduction to buyer's profile, some of you we're going to be meeting. I know some of you are texting the number right now. You're texting the word revenue, to have your revenue meeting, no cost to you, at 202-999-3515. Again, 202-999-3515, and just follow the instructions. In others, you hit on over to get the replay, get the notes. Go over to www.happyentrepreneurs.tribe.com. Again, www.happyentrepreneurs.tribe.com. That's where the magic is happening. That's where we're connecting. That's where it's taking place. But I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in you. No, I believe in you. So you keep your head up. If you're doing well right now, keep the pedal to the metal. I've got a pedal. It's all the way down. I'm giving it everything I have. I was with my mother dear today, and I took her to the dentist. And my mom is a little older, obviously, but we went to the dentist. We was hanging out. My mom can walk around. She's perfectly fine. And as I was bouncing around, she said, I remember when I used to do that. I used to take those stairs like that. Can't go as fast as I used to, but I'm still going. I'm still kicking. And that's what I want you to think is the happy entrepreneur. I want you to have that happy entrepreneur mindset. No. You show up every day. You keep putting one foot in front of the other. You keep on going, and you keep on going, you keep on going, and you never give up. You never give in. You never give out. You can make it happen. This is your year. This is your month. This is your moment, and I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. We're going to do this together. Conversational cash flow. Signature selling style plus buyer's profile plus neuro-linguistic sales equals conversational cash flow. And that's the conversation we all want to be in. So with that being said, let me share it with you again for those that are tuning in and just joining. My name, by the way, that's me, is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, by the way. God bless. And I wish you success. Bye for now.